Yeah, yep, it's about that time. Ladies, and more ladies. It's about that time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We haven't done one of these in a while, and I told you I'd only do this for Hannah Hidalgo, but we're here now. Let's do it. I don't know if y'all were entertained by that game, but part of me remembers why I stopped watching women's college basketball for a good amount of time because I was just like, Coach Gino, maybe not Coach Gino, but USC coach, I forget her name. I'm gonna look that up real quick. The games would go a lot easier if your point guards knew how to dribble. Matter of fact, if your team outside of Juju Watkins knew how to dribble, your games would go so much simpler. It would be so much easier. You really wouldn't struggle that much. But when you only have one ball handler on the team, damn, I see why some stars just don't break out. I really do. I see why some stars just don't break out because they lack some individual skills. And the sad part about that is they're at a school that has more than enough resources to put into their player development. Y'all know me. I'm really big on player development in the college level, at the D1 level, especially at some of these schools, especially. Golly, good golly, Miss Molly. That I don't know if it's just me, but some of these games can be a pain to watch, bro. Like some of these games can be can be a pain to watch because it's damn near like we don't have enough skill to dribble, so get the ball into the front court and force feed your stars. That's what I be seeing when I watch this game. Like when I watch some college basketball, it's like whoever's the most talented, really. And that's the thing about like college basketball, women's college basketball specifically at the D1 level. You don't know. I don't think you can really tell skill and expertise from maybe team play and coaching wise because the setup of college basketball doesn't allow you to see those things because the best schools are going to get the best players. Now, the best players, they're going to be the most talented players. Doesn't mean they're the best individually or skill wise, but they're the most talented players. And if the most talented players are always going to the same spots, those schools are just always going to beat up on some of the smaller schools, right? And it will never come down to the skills just because these schools, like the bigger schools, have more talent. So that skill problem will never rear its head until you get out and get into a shootout with another big time program or another big time school that can match your talent level. Then it comes back to the fundamentals. Then it comes back to the skills that you have and the skill sets that you have and the skills that you may or may not have been developing at your program. Anyway, I pulled up the chat. I'm not gonna be here for long because it wasn't a Hannah Hidalgo game. Yes, my hair is looking crazy, but I just took out my braid, so don't nobody go too crazy, okay? Just I'm letting it breathe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let the hair breathe. Anyway, let me give y'all a quick breakdown. USC beats UConn 72-70. It was a decent game, but it went exactly the way I thought. I thought USC, if they had a chance of beating UConn, they were going to out talent them. And for the first half, they kind of did. And then I thought the game flow was literally my prediction was USC either wins by out talenting UConn, and UConn either wins by their system play. They run that beautiful offense. I don't even know what you call it, but it's like a remix off UCLA action, and then it's a pin down screen. It's like a post turn pin down. I don't know what you call that offense, but that shit is so fire. It's not flex. I don't think it's flex. It might be flex. My subconscious is telling me flex. But UConn's system basically allowed them to get back into the game. So even as USC was up 17, I was just like, UConn's still in this. Like I wasn't looking at it like, oh shit, USC smacking UConn up. Like no, they were still like the 17-point lead didn't really feel like a 17-point lead. You know what I mean? And then UConn ended up turning the tide. Again, you shoot hot in the first half, you're more than likely not going to shoot even better in the second half, and the averages, the means will even out. So in the second half, obviously UConn was able to get back into the game due to their system and due to the fact that UConn still sorry, USC still shot well in the second half, but you know, one thing I do want to bring up, even though she had 5 assists, so let me just read off some stats for you guys real quick. So USC, 49% shooting, 56% shooting from three. This is the problem with UConn come later these months, January, when they're playing these better teams, especially going into March Madness. They shot 56% from three. There were 9 of 16 from three, and they won by 2 points. They had 6 free throws. Most of those came in the second half. 5 of those free throw attempts were from Juju Watkins. You shoot 56% from three, and you win by 2 with 6 free throw attempts. So I don't see USC is going to go far in the March Madness tournament, because by the time they get to they'll make it to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Sweet 16, they might run into a decent team, but they're guaranteed Elite 8 just off of their talent level. But after that, it might be hell for them because they don't really have a system. It's really just force feed Juju. But now, as I watch them more, I realize it's not even like force feed Juju just out of fuck, why am I slipping up on this word? It's not force feed Juju because we want to, because they want to. It's like force feed Juju because they need to. She's the only decent ball handler on the team, which is really surprising. Like Talia Vanhoffen, she's your starting guard, and she can't even bring the ball up comfortably past half court. Kennedy Smith, I thought, was excellent. This is actually my first time watching Kennedy Smith. I don't know if this is her first game, but she was missing some games earlier this season. She brought a lot of great energy in this game. I think she was the reason they got out to such a big lead. USC got out to such a big lead. So shouts out Kennedy Smith. She had a really good showing. And that was like my first time actually watching her. So I'll read off some of the stats for the Stars. Kiki Ariafin, 8 of 19 from the field for 16 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Kiki had a decent game. Talia Vanhoffen, 5 points, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 of 4 shooting. Juju Watkins had a pretty solid game too. She was hot in the first half. 9 of 16 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep, 4 of 5 from the line for 25 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Shouts out Juju Watkins, who basically did everything. And honestly, when Juju learns to pick her head up, one thing I see from Juju Watkins' game that I don't think people are really talking about is her situational awareness / court awareness. Like, if that was a little bit better, these 5 assists, which were great assists too, they were great reads of the game. I was watching her make these reads, and I'm just like, Juju, I'm talking to my TV. I'm like, Juju, these are great reads. Like, these are pro level reads. Like, you have these reads all the time, but a lot of the time Juju complicates the game for herself. She overcomplicates things for herself. And that's what I noticed. And I noticed like the situational awareness, the court awareness. Sometimes she's just so focused on like trying to, Superman the team that like she doesn't notice that this option, even though it doesn't look like the best option, is actually the right play. And I think she struggles with trying to determine or trying to decipher, is this the right play, or is there a better chance of me just being Juju Watkins on this play? Like, is this the right play, or am I the right play? And like, I could pass to this teammate right here, but I know I'm capable of getting to the hoop right here, finishing this. If there's contact, I could get an and one. If they leave me alone, I get a bucket. Like, I think she has a hard time deciding, like, do I do this myself, or do I make the right basketball play? That's what I think Juju kind of struggles with. Let me go ahead and read off UConn stats, and then I'll get into some comments. Sarah Strong, she's poised. She's poised. Like, as a freshman, she's so poised. She might not She needs another big pairing, I think, on UConn to just let her roam free and let her do her thing, like kind of uncontested. She can't really get her shit off yet because I just don't think UConn has that many weapons to basically allow her to just go. But she was going at Kiki Arifin. Like the footwork, the class, like poised, disciplined, don't do too much, doesn't get out of her game, doesn't get rattled. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 1 block on 8 of 15 shooting. That's coming from your freshman. Sarah Strong is nice. If she's nice like this in her freshman year, she could be stacking, yo. She could be stacking to like. I'm interested to see what junior year looks like, and I really hope the WNBA allows, because Juju Watkins was talking about this earlier too. But I really hope that the WNBA, as more of these players, have these high ass NIL evaluations, and they're getting money in college that will follow over into the pros. I hope the WNBA does change the rule to allow more of these players to leave college and go to the pros. I think 2 years is fine. I think 2 years should be the rule, not no one and done shit, because then it gets iffy. But 2 years, I think is kind of cool, and then they should leave. If they got a good fan base, they got a good following, great endorsements, just go ahead and dip. You know what I mean? Because a player like Sarah Strong, like we can see now she's pro ready. Juju Watkins, we can see she pro ready. Paige Beckers, 22 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. 2 of 4 from the line, 2 of 8 from deep, 9 of 22 from the field. So not the best game from Paige, but she did come alive in the second half. AZ Fudd played a little bit in the first half that I saw, and then I think she got pulled for just a minute's restriction for injury. She went 0-4 from the field. KK Arnold had really good energy. Yana El Alfi, she didn't play a lot this game. She only finished with 2 points. UConn shot 6 of 23 from 3 for 28%, 10 of 17 from the line, which does not help your cause when you lose by 2, and 27 of 62 from the field for 43%. So 43% from UConn compared to USC's 49% from the field. Yeah, a lot of people might be entertained by that game. Me personally, that was a super iffy game. That just like it was aight. It didn't look polished. It didn't look. It was entertaining, sure, but it just like I'm watching it. Y'all have to understand. I'm watching this through a completely different lens than how most people are watching it from. I'm watching it from a player development lens. I'm watching it from a WNBA draft lens, as in like some players I'm watching. I'm watching Paige. I'm watching the Jujus. I'm watching Kiki Ariafins. I'm watching it in a WNBA draft lens, as if like, okay, hold on. This is your projected number 1 pick, your number 2 pick, or your projected number 1 pick and number 2 pick. I know players can have bad games and all that, whatever. Paige Beckers might have had a bad game. She was kind of off a little bit. Kiki Arifin. One of the thoughts that crept into my head was people saying that the next few draft classes are going to be weak. And I had a little bit of an agreement to that tonight. Not even off of the bad performances or like the subpar performances, but I was just watching Kiki Ariafin, and I'm just like, I get she's a senior, she's gonna be a rookie in the W. I get Paige senior gonna be a rookie in the W. They're going to have hopefully more time to develop their games. But I was looking and I was just like, man, I wish they were leaving college with a couple more skills to their bag. More so Kiki Ariafin. Because I think Kiki Ariafin, she has the potential to be a right-handed Asia Wilson, if you will. But like, I don't get why a lot of people don't understand that. one of the biggest one of my biggest issues in women's college basketball, and not in just women's basketball culture in general, like a lot of shit comes back to dribbling. A lot of shit comes back to handles. Now I'm not saying you have to have an AI bag, but when you watch a lot of these players, do you understand why Talia Von Offen got locked up when Hannah Hidalgo was guarding her? Because she can't dribble, or she can't dribble well. She's not a strong ball handler. And a lot of these players can't dribble the fucking ball efficiently or effectively. And I'm like, if Kiki Ariafen, yeah, she has a great face-up game, great mid-range jumper, but I'm like, if she can put the ball on the ground and get to different spots instead of just turning up and facing up every time. Now, granted, most of the time the defender literally Kiki Ariafen is probably the best face-up big in the country, and these players. Well, I don't know what the hell the scout is on Kiki Ariafen. You should know that she's not a strong ball handler either. Why are you allowing her to just rip face up and the defender's still 2 feet away and she's jaying in their face? I'm just like, bruh, the scout should be to press up on Kiki Ariafen, make her put the ball on the ground. You stand a better chance than trying to contest her shot, which is probably at 7'5" on release. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird type scout that I really don't understand. But again, I'm looking at this through a WNBA draft lens, a player development lens. I really wasn't impressed with the product. I like Juju Watkins' game, and again, I'm not really trying to harp too much on their performances tonight, but I wasn't really impressed by those teams, I guess. I guess it was the teams. It wasn't so much the individual. It was a little bit of the individual traits as well, but I wasn't really impressed by the teams. Like I felt more firepower with maybe I'm biased, but I felt more firepower with Notre Dame versus USC and Notre Dame versus UConn. Like there was a little bit more oomph. You know what I mean? Like they're on like that's what happens when Hannah Hidalgo's on your team. Like there's a little bit more go. You know what I mean? But I just didn't really feel that from Juju backpack. Don't get me wrong, but I just didn't really feel that between these teams. It looked like they were tired. It looked like both teams kind of looked like let's get holiday break started. And that, trust me, I understand. Comments from JP. Shouts out the comments. Sarah Strong being a freshman is crazy. Juju, high IQ player. I'd say Juju is a low IQ player, actually, on the contrary. Not saying that she's dumb or she's stupid or nothing. I'd say she's a low IQ player because she actually doesn't tap in to her playmaking and facilitating ability yet. And like I said earlier, I don't think she understands when to basically when to ball hog and then when to be the team player. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't ball hog in basketball." It's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Juju Watkins definitely has the ability and has the green light to ball hog. It's important for her to ball hog at times, okay? That can win them games. That can win USC games. But I don't think on court, especially, Juju has the best on court awareness. Like sometimes Juju will get the ball and just go, go, go. And it's like, Juju, there's a defender right to your right. Like, don't put the ball on the ground yet. Just secure it. Hold on. Just hold on, Juju. That's how I feel watching it. That's how I felt like watching the TV. I'm like, Juju, slow down. Like, you got the ball. This is not the time to push. You got two defenders around you. Just secure the ball. Let them run past. Juju, every time she gets it, is like, go, go, go. Sometimes it works out, yes, because she's not dumb, but she doesn't use all of her IQ yet. I don't think she's fully tapped into all of her IQ yet. I don't think she has the best court awareness yet. But like I said earlier, some of the reads she was making, I'm like, Juju, these are perfect reads. The Paige is pressing up on you in the front court. Beats Paige, right? What's her name? Caitlin Chen. I don't want to say the wrong name. Caitlin Chen picks her up next in the front court. Caitlin Chen's kind of like riding her on the sideline. I think she low-key beats Caitlin Chen at the opposite three-point line in the front court. Someone else comes over to help. Who was it? Shade? Might have been Shade, or maybe one of the bigs. Shade comes over to help. So now she's calculating in her mind. I see her making the reads. She beat Paige. She already knows Paige is behind her. Caitlin Chen, she's going to beat her too fast for her. She's kind of peeling off, and another guard is coming up to guard me. That means I have three people on my side of the court that were there to pick me up. So I know I have somebody open. She slows down. She scans the floor, sees her teammate in the corner. Let me get her name right. Again, I don't want Howell. I was about to say Atwell. Sees Howell in the corner, fires the pass to Howell in the corner for the clap back three. Because I think Paige just hit the three on the other end, right? Or was it Shade? And I'm like, that's That's Juju Watkins tapping into IQ. That's Juju Watkins being court aware. Her little midi she went middle in the paint, and then she had a nice little dump off to Ryan Marshall against Sarah Strong to go up 2 points, I believe. That's Juju Watkins tapping into her IQ. So Juju Watkins to me is she's not a high IQ player yet. And the crazy thing is, when she does get too high, when she does get to being a high IQ player, is raps for everybody, because now you can't double her, right? She's going to make you pay every time because she knows when to make the right read. As of right now, I think she struggles with making the right read. That's all. That's all I have to say about this. I told y'all this is going to be a shorter stream. I appreciate all of you guys for checking this out. I hope everyone's weekend is going well. Happy holidays to everyone. Please stay safe. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of like crashes like in my area. So everyone just please stay safe. No drinking and driving. Just don't do anything dumb. Get through the holiday season. Get into the next year unscathed. You know what I mean? Big things coming on this channel. It has been a while since I've done a live stream, but I promise you, I got so many videos stacked up. I promise y'all I'm working on all of them, and it's rough. It's rough. I'm trying to balance a lot right now, and then school, or not school, but classes start later January. It's a lot. I got vlogs I'm trying to do because when USC comes to town, it's a lot of stuff. So I appreciate everyone checking out this live stream, checking out my videos, subscribing, leaving likes, leaving comments, sharing this stuff. I appreciate all of y'all. I try not to beg or even ask for people to subscribe or like and stuff like that, because I feel like if you guys like the content, if you appreciate the content, you'll show it in your actions. You feel me? So I don't really have to ask for anything. So I appreciate you guys checking out this live stream. I'm gonna wrap it up right there. USC beats UConn 72-70. I'm ready for January. January is gonna have all the good games that we're looking for. Like a lot of these top teams, they're gonna be in battles every night. Like real conference play is about to get started in January. So until next time, I'll see you guys. Stay safe, stay blessed, take it easy. Peace. I'm out here. Go eat some cookies, man. Go get fat before the year in Miami, because you know what I'm saying, 2025, new year, new me, and all that dumb ass crap. You know what I mean?